Hey, I think I got this. I think I got this together now. Hey, everybody. This is Henny Owens, and this is Intentional Tuesdays. And as you can see, we are outside in the streets today. I wanted to make sure that I said, hey, there's a lot of changes for today. And this is not just affecting me or just one of you or one of you guys, one of you ladies. The change is affecting all of us. And it's what led me into today's topic, to pause. But before we get into all of that, before we start up, I just want to welcome you guys to Intentional Tuesdays. For anyone that is new, this is where professionals come to reset their spirits and to get in alignment, reset their intentions every week. Not once a year, not so stretched out, or random when you feel like it, but intentionally every week. So today's topic is pause, okay? Pause. Sometimes that just sounds a lot stronger than we give it credit for. There's a lot going on, and today is, I think, for all of us, especially us Americans, and that's not leaving anyone out, because really just the world is a hot mess in a lot of different areas. And sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself. You have to be in awareness, and you just need to agree. I need to pause. I need to sit still, and I need to figure out what exactly am I to do next? Where am I to place my footing? You want to know, what am I doing next? There's so much going on for each and every single one of us, of every age and every status. It's really apparent that you want to make sure that you are intentional with all that you say, the people that you're around, the environments that you put yourself in. You want to make sure that you know what's going on with you, okay? You want to make sure that you know what's going on with you. And you want to know why you're there. You want to know why you chose to show up, why you putting your energy into this. You need to know what it is that you are trying to accomplish with everything that you do. With everything that you do. There we go. With all that you're doing, especially right now, in 2025, it's already proven to be unpredictable. Everything from political changes to the weather, prices, your emotions, the opportunities, because everything's not bad that's happening. No, not by far. There's some amazing things happening, but it's a lot. There's a lot going on. And when there's a lot going on, especially when it's coming at the speed that these things are happening in 2025, you can get lost in it. You can become overwhelmed, or you can just unsure yourself, where some parts, you're comfortable in some areas, but you're learning a lot. So you're not so comfortable in a lot of different areas, right? That's completely normal and to be expected. You should expect that. But that doesn't mean that you're ready for it. Doesn't mean that you like it. So I wanted to give you guys 5 ways. Let me get my hand over there. 5 ways that you can make sure that you take your pause. Now, for myself, I want to say, I think when I'm trying to remember exactly what moment in my life where I really actually identified that, breaks are important. Now, a lot of you guys don't know, but I have 7 children in the house. There was 9. We are a full family, majority boys, only a couple girls just kind of sprinkled in there. And there's a lot going on all the time. It's a big family, and we are involved in a lot of different things. Very, very individual, intelligent people in my household. I'm blessed. So there's always something going on, something new happening. And as exciting as it is on a regular basis, you have to be realistic about what you're doing and what you're juggling. And as a mom, you're just kind of used to it. This is any old given Tuesday. This is regular life. You don't necessarily look at it like you're doing anything special or your workload. And I don't really pay attention to it. I'm definitely one that's just like, okay, so this is what I'm doing today. This is what life needs of me. And let me make sure that I show up. But there was, I guess, really these past couple years where life just picked up a lot, especially once I really had decided for myself that I wanted to be present and I wanted more for my family. You know, when you want more, then it requires more. You have to do more. That doesn't mean it's going to be a lot or that it's going to be like overwhelming, but it just means that there'll be more responsibility and that you are realizing what else you can do. You know, because you don't know what that looks like until you actually get there. So when I started to ask myself and to tell God, really, I do want more. I want to do more. Then is when I saw how busy I already was. I had no clue. You know, you just, especially as a parent, you just are present in your life. You're doing it every day, so you don't see it. You don't see it the way that somebody on the outside may see it. You don't. So I was looking at it and I'm like, how am I going to add more to my plate? Because I do want more on my plate. Like, that's not a question. It's not up for grabs. I want to be present and have my hands open for whatever God wants to give me. Like, I want to make sure I make room for that. That's more important than anything I could imagine. And I'm looking at my life and I'm like, so how do you make that happen? And I just had to sit still for it. I had to sit still. But you know what? I wanted to. Being objective and looking into your life, it allows you to really like see it how other people will see it, where it's like, girl, you got a lot going on. I had no clue. And it wasn't like I was in denial about it, but life was really just that busy. You know, I couldn't take a moment to actually just kind of calculate it and take inventory. It's like, all right, what's up next? We got to keep going. We got to be here, and then we need to go here, and then we got to make sure that we get back home so we can make dinner. Like, you know, just whatever needed to be done, I made sure that I show up. But you don't have that moment in between to make sure that you are aware and present. So as I'm asking for more, that's what made me realize, how present am I in my life? And I can say, as much as I would think that I am, them days and them moments, those hours, those memories, they kind of blend in together, especially when you're very busy. You know, especially as women. I'm not leaving you men out. You guys have a to-do list too. But especially as women, you have that list of things that just need to get accomplished. And you know, life changes very fast, whether it's something good going on, whether it's something bad happening. You don't have time to cry about it. You don't have time to celebrate it either. It needs to get done. You can't wait for someone else to show up to get it, you know, to do it. It's on you. This is your responsibility. You need to get it done. So we will push through whatever it is. Pain, disappointment, just every moment, trying to get our chores done. You know, that too often as women, that's what we really do. We move so fast through everything because something else needs to get taken care of. Something else needs to get taken care of. And you don't have a moment. You don't have a moment to sit still and do anything, whether you shouting praises or crying tears. You don't have a moment. And when I looked at how much I was doing and how I wasn't making sure that I transitioned well, and you know, some things you want to sit in it longer. You want to let it marinate. I'm just looking at how busy things are, and I'm like, you know what? I don't want that anymore. I want to be able to celebrate those precious moments and stretch them out longer. You know, my kids are awesome, and my husband awesome too. And they be doing some stuff like that. I'm just really amazed at things that I wouldn't know to do at that age. And that's including him too. That's my Benjamin Button. I wouldn't think to do a lot of the things that they are doing regularly, but they're doing on accident. The stuff that they say, the way that their mind works, is, it's not mine. So I'm just amazed at it all the time. And I want to make sure that I take it in. I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to smile and nod and act like I'm listening if I didn't hear it. I don't want to be that, kind of person or parent. We have enough of those. We got enough of those already. I don't want to do that for my family. So I'm like, okay, God, how do I incorporate this so that I can make sure I am present, so I can make sure that I am aware? Hi, Aunt Patty. That I'm aware of what I need to do, because I don't want to drop the ball either. You know, as women and mothers, you think if you stop, if you give yourself that respite, if you give yourself that break, you just know something's not going to get done. You just know you're going to lose out on something. You're going to miss the opportunity. You're going to drop that ball. And the truth of it is, you know what? Most of the time, it's not even true. It's in our own mind. It is, most times. And guess what? If it doesn't get done, then butter up. It didn't get done. Okay? I didn't fix dinner tonight, so guess what? We having cereal. That's just what, you know what I mean? You're going to have a bowl, I'm going to have a bowl. We're just going to eat, and we're going to talk, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to go to bed, whatever we need to do. But we put a lot on ourselves, and we don't even consider the fact that there's a whole world of people. There's a whole world of people out here that can help, that can contribute. And this is inside your house and outside. We're so used to, especially in our community, we are so used to doing things on our own, because we know that's how it's going to get done, the best way that I know how, and the way that I want it to be. And who told you that? You know that's not the only way to do it. It's not. So why are you so stubborn on your way? Why be so stubborn on your way? As long as it gets done, as long as you can focus or get the things that you need. Because we know that God knows how to sit you down if you don't know how. You can keep trying to be busy and saying yes to everything if you want to. God will be like, not today. You will not move today. You will stay in the bed. You will lose your voice. You will forget all things lined up for yourself. Like whatever he wants to do to make sure that he proves his point that you run nothing, he will. He'll do it. But that's a blessing too, because we hard-headed. You think it's just the kids? No, look, we're his kids, so we are just as hard-headed. They got that from somewhere. They got it honestly. But those pauses are important. And I want to make sure, because we're going to jump into this, I want to make sure that you know how to get yours. Because when I tell you that when I started to incorporate pauses, just intentional pauses, and I mean, I be wearing them out now. I be having a good time. I purposely pause in between every moment before I transition into anything. I sit still. And I reflect on what just happened, what was said to me, what maybe I saw. You know, I go through like every 5 cents, and just kind of observe and take it all in. Even if I only have like 2 minutes, a minimum of 2 minutes, I set a time. A minimum of 2 minutes. I sit still to see, just to praise about it. Even if it's negative, what am I learning? How did it make me feel? Why did it make me feel that way? Like I take a moment and I sit in it and I let it do what it's supposed to do. Then I ask God to help me to transition into my next moment. Like whatever you got to do, if I need to feel better, if I need to relax because I'm all hyped up and excited, if I need to charge up because I got a big moment coming up and I'm relaxing a little too hard, just whatever it is, I'm like, God, have your way. But help me to transition and give me and put in me whatever it is that I need for my next moment. And I promise you, it works every time because God is awesome. He is awesome. Every time. He'll bring me that peace and the moment just starts all over for me. So that is one thing that you guys can do for sure. The moment just starts all over, and that next moment, I get to be present again. I get to have the same energy that I had, in any other moment, but it's its own individual moment, and I get to make sure I'm right there, not smiling and nodding, but really paying attention. And it's totally worth it. Because I know I'll be so excited now. I'll be having like a lot of fun with people in different events, and I'll be worked up. I know my blood pressure just be bouncing all over the place, and I just be excited. And it's like, if you don't calm down. And I'll be needing that help. Like, Lord, Okay, bring it down for me. Bring it down. Especially, if you got something else lined up, you need to know what that is. You need to transition, and you should be appropriate. So I'll be needing help on both sides of the spectrum. Thank God for God, really. But let me jump into these. Let me see. Let me jump into these moments for you, because I want to make sure that you move it. Now, like I said, life's moving fast. You need your pause. You need your pause. I want to make sure that you get it. I broke down pause into 5 different statements so that you can understand, like, what is the best for me. You have options. We all do. I think it's best to use all of what I'm about to tell you for your pause, but you know your life and you know what works for you. So try them all, make a decision, keep what you need, like go the rest. So the P is for, and yes, I'm reading because I don't want to miss it. P is for prioritize. Okay? Prioritize. You need to sit still and ask yourself some executive questions. Is there some decisions that you need to make? Okay? Life is really busy. If you don't slow it down yourself, you're going to miss something. And hopefully it won't be important, but you'll miss something. And for those positive moments, for those things that you have been waiting for, you do not want to miss something just because you barely forgot, because you didn't set an alarm clock, because you forgot to write it down, because something good happened or something bad happened and it distracted you and it took you off the moment that you just, you've been waiting for. So you want to make sure that you're present and sit still and really ask yourself, are there any areas that I need to make some decisions on? Do I need to get rid of some things? Do I need to reschedule some things? Like, look at your life and put it on a time frame. Are there some things that need to be done sooner than later? Because that's important. You may think, and time is going by fast. You may think, all right, well, this is supposed to be next month. Guess what? Like February is this weekend. It's this weekend. And if you don't sit still for a second just to realize, okay, that next moment is approaching, yeah, you can mess around and miss it. So you want to be honest with yourself. What are your desires? What are your needs? And what are your non-negotiables? Non-negotiables is like a reoccurring theme right now for all of us. In order to protect your peace, you need to know what's important to you, what works for you, what you need. Like, this is not a discussion. I have to have so many hours of sleep. I need to have so much money to cover all my bills to make sure that I'm not nervous or uncomfortable, making sure that things clear. I need to have so much time with the people that I care about, whether it's via phone, text, video call, or in person. If it's important to you, you make sure that you prioritize it. It's not going to care for anybody else. It's not theirs. It's yours. So make sure that you prioritize your things accordingly to what it is that you find important, what matters, just whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you, personally and professionally, just whatever it is, what makes you you. Like I said, your desires, your needs, and your non-negotiables. I mean, really, what else is there? Why? Well, this shouldn't be hard to find. You know you. You know you. And then A, alleviate. I'm not going to lie to you. That is like my favorite part sometimes. It really is. Because there's so much that we just say yes to. Give yourself grace and say no in all caps. It's a full sentence, okay? You don't have to ask me why. No. Say it like when if you're naming your child or your puppy, say it out loud a couple times and really give it some motion and see how it feels in every environment. Whatever you got to do, no. Say no, because we say yes to a lot of things. And guess what? You were in charge of that. If you got overwhelmed, if you're doing too much, whether at home or at work, why'd you say yes to all that? You can't be mad at anybody but yourself. But a lot of times we do it because we're loyal. We care about people. We don't want to hurt their feelings. I get it. Great. No. It's too much. It's a lot. It's not yours. Whatever those reasons are, you make sure that you clear off your plate. Like I stated in my example, I didn't realize how much I was doing, but I know what was important. And I wanted to make sure that I was available for whatever God had. So guess what? I definitely had to alleviate some things. A lot of things. A lot of people. Like it's just true. It just is what it is, right? Do this for yourself. What do you need to let go of so that you can make room for what God has for you? I mean, because you can think you know everything that's coming now. I promise, you don't. No, you don't. So make some room. The U is for understanding. Now, gathering understanding, sometimes that takes maturity. A lot of us are immature. We take things personal. It's not personal. And even though, let's say there's a lot of negative things are happening to you, just back to back to back, they're just jumping on you. You're not getting a break. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? It's not personal. Believe me, it is not personal. No matter what the situation is and no matter what it looks like, it may look like everything is attacking you. But guess what? I'm sorry to tell you, but the world is not just about you. Just pause for a second and look at all the other players in whatever that situation is, or situations. There's plenty of people that is involved and are affected by what's happening. Yes, to you. It's happening to you, but it's not an attack just on you. It affects more than that. Do you not realize that when you're in a bad mood, there's somebody directly looking at you that feels it, whether they worry about you or if they just catching hell because you got an attitude? Guess what? That bled over. It's more proof. It's more than just you being affected by it. But that just leads me to the next point, where it's more reason for you to be realistic about what's happening, the situation that you are going through. Okay, it will pass. There's more than just you involved, as well as you directly affect other people because you're important. Okay, you have a whole life, a whole world around you. You're important. So how you handle this tough situations, these overwhelming things, even if it's exciting, the way that you handle and you maneuver, there are people watching. There are people that are being affected by it. So be mindful. Be mindful and be kind to yourself and others, because you aren't the only person. Like don't let whatever you're going through be your excuse. Well, I can't show up today because my mind is here. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm canceling. Well, you're just going to deal with my attitude. Don't let it be your excuse. You're not the only person that's affected by it. Yes, how you feel is relevant, and I'm sure that's exactly how you feel. I'm sure you're being honest about it. But still, there's a responsibility. You have to be responsible, and you have to be held accountable for whatever it is you choose to do and say. But just be mindful. You're not the only person affected by it. And I'm sure if you just pause and get out your feelings for a little bit, you can kind of see, okay, it's not just me. So what's my place in it? What do I need to do? And this is where we get to the next point. S. Well, a lot of times for the understanding, you really do have to make sure that you have stress management skills. There are things that you may do that make you feel better, but I invite everybody in the world of Google, do some research. Try new stress management techniques. Find out if you have more things that you can do instead of like that, those 1 or 2 things that always work. Now, don't get me wrong. If those work, keep them. Exercise them. But introduce yourself to more stress management techniques. I mean, if you're paying attention outside, you're going to need them. You're going to need them. So try it. That S is for, it wasn't stress management, it's for silence. Silence is powerful. Powerful. Okay, some good old-fashioned military silence. Don't say nothing. Because guess what? In silence is when you hear God's voice. Because we talk too much. That's why a lot of times our dreams be a little interesting and stuff. Because God's like, man, because during the day I can't catch up with you. You just not paying attention. So he speaks to us then. But silence is when you hear God trying to talk to you, give you example, stir up that intuition, that gut feeling. He's talking to you. So learn how to quiet your mind and close your mouth. The enemy can't attack what he can't hear. So stop venting out loud. Stop giving away your secrets, giving away your kryptonite. You know what I'm saying? Stop. These complaints are poisoning other people too. So stop. I didn't say it wasn't relevant. I didn't say it wasn't real. I'm just saying that you're just adding to the issues in their environment. And you're adding to the obstacles because now it can be attacked from all angles as well. You just, you said it out loud. Stress inside your mind, say it inside. Pray internally. The devil can't hear your thoughts. He can't. God can. So talk to him. Even if you say, hey, I don't really quite know how to do that. It's just your regular thoughts. Lord, I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. I need you. Give me a sign. Bring somebody into my life that has the answers for the questions I don't even know I have. Like, just speak to them. Just speak. Silently, in your mind. And as you practice sitting still and just kind of being quiet and just, not just running off so much. Even in your thoughts, just running off. What I got to do? What is it? When you learn to calm that down, you'll get some clarity. You'll get some peace, some answers, some solutions. But you have to be able to be silent. Because we're so busy. Everybody got like their phones and things in their hand. They're working on their devices. They are watching TV. Like their minds are occupied. Either you're just working. If you're doing something at work, I got a project I need to do. Or your kids are in your face, or your spouse is in your face, or your friends, your network, your social aspects of people that you work with, your coworkers and things, your community even. Because I'm not saying everything's negative. I'm just saying that it's busy. And everybody, wants to be involved and together and just kind of, relate. We all need strength in all the different realms of our life, right? So, but you still have to be able to make sure that you quiet down that outside noise and you sit still. Sit still. Now, the last thing. What letter we on? I know how to spell, y'all. But that E, look, this is when it comes down to business. Sometimes you need to exit stage left. I don't actually know which left is for you guys with this camera. Whatever your left is, sometimes you need to exit stage left. You have to be able to make sure that you evaluate, especially let's say that you need the pause because you're overwhelmed, because it's a negative situation. You know what's negative. You know what the details are. You know who it is. You know what the situation that is making you feel this way. Okay? If you have taken on too much, and you know that gut feeling in your body when you said yes and you just knew you probably should have waited, or said just flat out no. You was there. You felt it. So when you have put yourself, and I'm not going to say just put I know I'm going to say it. When you put yourself, because like I said, the yeses and the nos, you control your mouth. You control what you agreed to or what you were silenced for, and you just allowed to happen to you. You were there. So you want to make sure that you reevaluate all the things that's going on. And if there's some things that are negative, if they're presenting themselves as negative, it doesn't even have to be to the point of toxicity. It doesn't. Because then, it's like, okay, why are you still here? You stand too long. But whether this is a conversation, that's appearing negative, in a relationship, an environment, a job, once you start seeing those things turn and it is now negative, you have to ask yourself two things. Is this a part of my bigger picture? Is this my bigger picture? Is this a part of my process? Is this the process of my journey? You know, am I learning something here? Does this help me expand? Is this helping me to learn? You know, because everything that, one, we're going to be uncomfortable in plenty of situations, and you need to know how to get through those. But you need to ask yourself, is this an obstacle that is keeping me from being my best self? That's keeping me from the actual process and journey of my life? You know, is this distracting me? Or is it the process and journey for my life? There's two different things. Because you're going to learn from no matter anything. Everything that happens to you is a learning experience. But when it's negative, ask yourself, is this supposed to be something I'm going through? Or is this something trying to keep me from what I'm supposed to be going through? And if it's on the latter, this obstacle makes no sense. This is an attack on who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing. Yes, exit. Let it go. In a lot of cases, you don't even have to explain. I mean, you can try. I'm just saying, especially like if you're a woman, you're trying to get closure, you're trying to talk and everything. You can try to get it if you want to, but don't waste no time and energy either. 2025, don't waste no energy. Don't waste no energy. They might start charging you for it. But I'm just saying, like, if it's not working, exit stage left. Keep your power. Keep your peace. Like, for real. Because you need to protect that for yourself. You need to protect it for yourself. When life is doing what it's supposed to do, when the phone or the phone, whether the phone, because the screen is moving and it's distracting you, or it's ringing, or the text messages are going off, that thing is supposed to distract you. You know, there's a lot of people that, even if they don't mean no harm, and they try not to bother you, they just like you. You know, you pretty cool. You're pretty cool. They just like you. They want to be in your presence. They don't mean no harm. But whatever it is, if it's distracting you and things, you just need to be able to sort this out for yourself. And pay attention to yourself. Like, you need to honor yourself. You need to honor yourself first. Is this okay? Is this for me? Is it theirs? You know, don't doubt yourself. And everybody, don't think that you're a bad person if you can't show up for someone else. You need to be asking yourself, are you showing up for you? I mean, it's a real question. If you aren't showing up for yourself, if you aren't living the life that you wanted for yourself and your loved ones, if you can't trust yourself, these things are pushing out. If you can't trust yourself and feel confident in all areas of your life, personally, professionally, socially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I mean, all of it. If you don't feel like you're showing up for yourself in the ways that will make you feel proud, in the ways that you teach and tell other people, if you can't match what you're saying to other people in your own life, if you can't mirror your own wisdom, because you know we give better advice than we take, right? If you can't mirror your own wisdom, if you are not honoring God and just being realistic that I don't control nothing, it's not mine, it's not just for me, you know. If you're not realistic in those areas, then that's a problem. Maybe you shouldn't be showing up for so many people, because, you know, what's bleeding over and what's going on with you where you don't see the disconnect and you don't see it. And then sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes you do see it. Sometimes you are the best friend. You're the best helper, the best auntie, the best mom, the best spouse, the best employee, the best boss, because you are amazing at helping others. But if you can't trust yourself and if you don't feel good in your own skin, baby, you need that too. I'm just saying. Love on yourself with everything. Protect your peace. Okay? And pause. Pause. check yourself all the time. All the time. You don't want nobody else doing it. You know, you kind of rowdy. And I ain't got no bail money. So I'm going to need you to check that. Check yourself. Don't get checked by somebody else. If they do, you might want to listen because there's probably a reason for it. I'm just saying. But check yourself. Pause. And just be real and be honest. This is what I need right now. Whenever you feel like it. Can't nobody stop you. That's your peace. That's your peace. And this will help you to be balanced, be more productive, present, just overall joyful. Even through the negative things and even through the bad stuff, just, you know, it's a lot going on. It's a lot. So I just want you to know that you have options. And there goes 5, okay? Pause, 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 pause. Now, before we go off, I just want to let you guys know first, thank you for showing up and thank you for being present in this moment. Thank you for being intentional and being here. I'm really excited about just learning more of what you are doing. I tell y'all all the time, I got my popcorn. I'm just watching. I'm excited. I really am. I really am, okay? Y'all got a cheerleader right here. I'm just letting you know. I'm excited. Keep pushing. I know it's tough. I know it's getting on your nerves. I know it didn't last long enough. But I'm telling you, keep going. Just keep going. There's more. There's more, okay? But stay focused, everyone. Like I said, the phone and the world's going to do what it's supposed to do. Fight hard for your peace. Protect it and stay focused. Stay focused. You have plenty to do. Plenty to do. So, thank you and just, you know, matter of fact, just put your phone down. How about that? I mean, not right now because I was talking to you. You know, I'm just saying that'll be a little rude. Don't put the phone down right now. But I'm saying, you protect your peace at all costs and be mindful. The world is just dishing out just insults and trauma and just aggravation regularly right now. Protect your peace. Protect it at all costs. And if that means you need to put the phone down, put her down. If you need to use do not disturb because, you know, the discipline isn't there, fine. Use it. And pay attention to the ones who will respect it. And pay attention to people that love you because they will send the folks to come knock on your door because you was, you know, do not disturb for too long. So just be mindful of the people that you're scaring. But just make sure that you get your time, whatever you need and whatever that looks like. So thank you for being present. I appreciate your presence here. I just appreciate just blending this energy for you guys. And enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy it. Because God's not done. He's going to show you some more. So sit still. Pause in between those moments. Yes, Miss Wandra. And pray. Pray, pray, pray. Exactly. Pray out loud. Pray in silence. That silent prayer is the most powerful one. It can't be attacked. Continue. For both yourself, your neighbor, your family, this country, this world. Okay? Your place in it and your voice is important. So enjoy the rest of your week. Have a good one. And make sure that you pause. Bye.